Hi and welcome to What's Your Story? I'm Alex James, and today I am more than thrilled to have with me Nick Endacott-Gibb and Debora McLane. Welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm more than thrilled, honestly. I can't wait to hear this next part of your stories. If you've watched any of the previous stories, you'll know that Nick originally came and he was in the process of finding out who his very famous father was, which is an understatement, really. I mean, he's a huge musician, and then in the second part, we'd established that, and you had just made contact, I think, with Debora at that time. So, do you want to pick up from there and kind of take us forward, both of you, with where you're at and what's going on now?
We've connected and we've. Do you want to talk, Deb, or should I?
No, you're right. You go right ahead.
We've recently done a track, one of the hits, "Tragedy," in our own way, and that came out in the summer, and we're really proud of that. It's a completely different take on the song. It's a more heartfelt version, really to bring out what I thought the lyrics were saying, and in a different way. And we're really happy with that. That's out at the moment. But since then, we've been working on an original song, our first original one together. And we've literally just finished that. And it is going to be released on the 21st. So we're really excited.
Yeah, go back before that, because go back to how you actually made contact with Debora and how this, because I haven't even explained who Debora is. So let me ask Debora. Debora, what's your relationship to the Bee Gees and to Nick?
Okay, so I'm their niece. So my mum is the firstborn of the Gibb generation there. So, and the eldest. So, and then all the boys followed. So mum's pretty much the monarch now. So
Does she sing? Does she sing as well?
Oh, she did. Yeah, she did. She actually sang with the Bee Gees. She filled in for Robin in 1969 at Talk of the Town.
Wow.
So yeah. I think I was 10 days old, and I'm a twin. So mum had non-identical twins, just like Robin and Morris. Yeah, there's myself and Tiffany. So we were about 10 days old. Yeah, mum filled in. So yes.
In Australia.
Yes.
You live in Australia, yeah. And
yes.
And how did you get to meet Nick? How did you get to find out about Nick?
Mum reached out to Nick, and they'd spoken a few times. Excuse me, and it was very clear with the DNA and everything that yes, Nick is Morris's biological son. So Mum's quite excited about it, and she said to Nick, you should reach out with Deb. It's, you two need to connect. Deb's a singer. She's been doing, music industry for years. So I'd never recorded prior to meeting Nick. So I was purely live shows. So Nick and I we just made contact pretty much within days of Nick last speaking to Mum, and then from there the relationship just blossomed. We just had so much in common, actually more in common than what we thought. That was after establishing our medical history, comparing notes, but we are very much alike. Yeah, so and just in tune with each other. I think it's just really blossomed. Yeah.
From my conversations with Nick, it's so apparent. People have said, it could be that he just wants to be associated. It's not that at all, and I want to stress that again. I think it's so important for you as to know your roots, really, and especially as we get older. Do that. So for him, it was that. It was the genetics of it all for health reasons, and then he has this lovely voice.
And I think we had 3 conversations before we even spoke. It was, you're into music. Yeah, I'm into music. Yeah. But it was more about family history of health and who's had what, and so, and he was like, so that's where I get that from. So it was putting a lot of pieces of puzzle together. I think you got a lot of answers, just on little things and even habits and just where it all comes from. So, and he knows we're all crazy, so that's where he gets that from too. So,
and can your mum see?
Sorry, I had to throw that in.
Can your mum see bits of her brother in him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And expressions, mannerisms. Yeah.
How does that feel, Nick, to finally put the pieces together for yourself?
It answers a lot for me, because through my life it was always that, why do I act like this, and why do I do this? When your parents, you can say, I'll get that from my brother, or I'll get that from my dad, or I'll get that from my mum or my auntie or whatever, where I had nothing to go by, to because I was different from my brother and my sisters. I did look at life differently, and I was a different sort of person. Although it was a great family, and we obviously all got on and everything, I knew I was different, and not really knowing why, when most people do, was strange, but was something that I lived with all my life. But then to find out, quite late on in life as well, really, that okay, that's why I do that. That's why I have that silly, reaction to this or that or the other. It's like I can see that in, it's answered a hell of a lot for me, and it's strange to say how, but it completes so much. Yeah.
No, I can get that. I think as well, what I've always admired about you is how humble you are, because you're not kind of out there saying, hey, I'm one of the Bee Gees, or I'm, and they are. I mean, wow, what musicians, what a family. I mean, you probably could never have imagined that it would turn out to be somebody as big as that when you were thinking. You just thought, I've got some music in me, and where has that come from?
Yeah, I mean, it was so strong though, all through my life. It was such a passion that's never gone, all my life. So I did feel it must have come from from somewhere in the family that was really strong, because it was so strong in me. I didn't know anything, all my life. I didn't have any information, but I definitely knew it felt inside that I was from a musician, definitely, somewhere along the line. Even if it was, I didn't actually think it was my mother. It did feel like it was more my father's side of things, although I didn't know. These are just feelings,
And so now it's put that together for you, and now the gift that's come out of that is that you've met Debora, and now you kind of, your voices, they're just, it's incredible. I loved Tragedy, and I can't wait. I don't know, I haven't got the next one, but I just think, wow, to have this new sort of union come together out of everything is amazing. It's fabulous, and it must be great for you.
Yeah, it's like we found the yin and yang. There was, my siblings sing, but I sang perfectly with my twin, and no one could tell us apart. So for us to do a duet, no one knew who was singing the melody and who was singing the harmony. But she gave up singing a long time ago, so it was just me, myself, and I. And it's funny you say how humble Nick is. I very rarely told anyone who I was related to, because it was almost, when you're doing stage shows and everything and you're working with different musicians, you don't want to put a handicap on yourself, because all of a sudden there's this expectation that you're going to do something fabulous, or you get judged by it. They're expecting something fabulous. So I never said anything. I just went out and did my thing.
And they say you're using it to get something.
Yeah. And you just, so I never used it. So never used the name, it was just me. That was it. But then, singing with Nick, and then the voices blending, we were like, there it is. There's that voice that's, we do fit just so well. together. I feel it. So yeah.
It really is. So
I think, as I said to you, I think, Alex, before, how through my life I always looked up to and respected families that sung together, and because you could hear the relationship, that the bond, and the similarity in their voices just blending together really nicely. And I always wish I had that in my life. I was like, why don't I wish I had a brother or a sister that I could sing with, that I'm related to, that I could harmonize with, because I've always loved harmonies and everything. And that was one thing I really wished I had in my life. And I was a bit jealous of, famous families, and, where they're all like harmonizing together. And I really wished I could do that. And now I am. It's amazing, an amazing feeling for me. We do blend so amazingly well. It's just, it's strange.
So it's come together. You've got this new song. Who wrote the song?
Well, I had this idea, which I actually went away a while back to get some songs together for another project. And I like to go to this some friends in Oxford that have a farm, and I like to go there sometimes, and just to get away and take some gear with me, and sort of get some ideas together. And I got some ideas for this other project, but during that time I had this other idea, and it wasn't anything like what I was doing, but I had to get it down. And I thought, well, I'll keep that aside, because I think this is really something else, so I did, and it just made sense to me then when me and Debbie were thinking of getting some original stuff together. Well, I've got this idea, and it, to me, it was shouting out to be a Cousins Gibb, song. So I sent Debbie the idea and see what she thought, and got the go ahead, got the thumbs up, and then we just started working from there. And Debbie started writing some lyrics. I started working on the arrangement and the sound, and it progressed into this song which we've just finished now. We literally just finished it, and really excited to release it, which will be very soon. It'll be on the 21st. It's our first original song, and we're not trying to say, right, we're going to be doing this sort of music, or we're going to be doing that sort of music, or any genre in particular. I think we're just going to go with how we feel. The next song could be completely different, but I think we're going to follow a heartfelt sort of more, or from the heart type of approach anyway, I think, because I think that's something we both enjoy and love. I think, am I right in saying that, Deb?
Yeah, totally. So the song began as the Christmas song, and then you gave me the bio on the song, just families coming together, and after being apart for so long with COVID, and we didn't want to make it a Christmas song as such. We wanted a song that could be used at any time, but we just thought the timing for it was Christmas. So and I heard it once, and the words "I'm coming home" just jumped at me. So yeah.
I'm really excited to hear it myself, and I will when you send it over. Are you signed now? Are you doing this yourselves? Have you got people interested to, music industry? My son's in the music industry, but I'm not. So I don't know how it works now. So how is this getting out there?
We're doing this ourselves. We're got a little team of people. My partner's working hard on the artwork. She does lovely artwork. And video ideas, and PRing and stuff, contacting people and everything. Deb's doing the same similar thing with people with her. We're just together. We're doing it ourselves, and seeing what happens, really. hopefully people will just, like our stuff for what we're doing, and go from there.
So what about meeting in the real world then? Are you going to be flying over or going to see each other to actually meet? Because you haven't actually met, have you?
I would love to come to England. Yeah. So, Australia's too hot at the moment. It's like someone flicked a switch. Went from 3 degrees last week to 30 today. So, and we're only getting hotter now. Yeah.
Yeah,
very hot.
We've been, sort of seeing how the world goes, and and sort of holding on to when we can meet, really, as soon as possible, really. It'd be fantastic. Yeah, of course.
So can I have a commitment now then that when you meet, I'll get to interview together in the real world?
That'd be brilliant. That'd be lovely. Yeah, please. Yeah, that'd be lovely. Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much for giving me your time, and for you, Deborah, for staying up to do this.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, Alex.
And
thanks for having us.
Really
Thanks for having. It's great to talk to you again.
Yeah, it just felt like last time. I mean, we did that one in the studio, and then everyone else has had to be at home, and you kind of,
it is so much better, face to face. Definitely, it'd be lovely to for all of us face to face in the studio. It'd be great.
We're going to end with your lovely new song. What's the title, and do you both want to introduce it?
Okay, it's out on the 21st. It's our first original single together. And Debbie?
It's called Coming Home. Please enjoy.
Thanks for joining me, and look forward to seeing you again soon.
Alex. Thanks for having us. Bye.
Thanks.
Christmas.
See you. Bye.
Christmas.
Bye.
Remember when we were so young, family gathering round. These were the magical days of our lives. We are the older ones now, memories of you coming round. You don't realize what you have till you know that it's gone. I'll be home to stay, on my way back home to you. My love, hold you again like the very first time. My love, counting the days you'll be close in my arms again. I am coming home. I wonder what it will be like together again on this night. Winter is here, but it's here, I'll be right by your side. I'll be home to stay, on my way back home to you. you'll be close in my arms again. I am coming home. I promise to you, you'll never be lonely again. Oh, getting so close now, it won't be too long till I'm home. I'm